I did too. The fight over childhood obesity has the First Lady taking a swing at Congress. The First Lady wrote an op-ed in today's New York Times criticizing some lawmakers for not using science in decisions that could reduce or eliminate reforms on healthy childhood eating. Changes that could include adding potatoes to lists of approved foods or lowering the quality standards for foods served in schools. Here's what Mrs. Obama writes. She says, as parents, we always put our children's interests first. We wake up every morning and go to bed every night worrying about their well-being and their futures. And when we make decisions about our kids' health, we rely on doctors and experts who can give us accurate information based on sound science. Our leaders in Washington should do the same. So CNN political contributors Sally Cohn is here and Ben Ferguson. They're both here. They join me joking around. It's good to see you both. I know, I'm so excited to see you. She's on the left, he's on the right. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you. Sally, I'm going to start with you. We're talking about a simple problem here that has turned really into a huge partisan battle. I mean, is this the right fight to be having, you think?
Well, it is the right issue to be focusing on as a country, right? We have a massive problem with childhood obesity. It has gotten 3 times worse in the last 30 years. It is a crisis. It's a crisis for families. It's certainly a crisis for our economy. It's a crisis for our future. Now, is it the right political battle to be having?
Yeah.
I would argue not. But the Obamas didn't pick this political battle. I mean, for crying out loud, she's trying to get kids to exercise and eat healthy. But Republicans are hell-bent on denying any modicum of success for the Obama administration, and so they're going after obesity and kids.
Would you be talking about Ben Ferguson? Ben, listen, I mean, she has a point. There's a new study. Let me get this in, and then you can answer. This new study says that almost 30% of the people on this planet are overweight or obese. Clearly, this is a global concern. Sure. Shouldn't we all be talking about tightening these rules and not easing them?
And we did, but the problem is more than 500 schools, mostly in poverty areas, most of them in liberal areas, have decided to opt out of this. More than that, there's a bigger problem.
Wait, poverty areas or liberal areas?
No, I'm saying these people are rejecting Michelle Obama and what she's done because the kids aren't eating the food. This isn't Republican areas that are trying to stick to the First Lady. But let me finish this. There's another bigger issue. 1 million kids have opted out of the free or reduced lunch program in the last year. That's the first time that's ever happened. Wow. 1.2 million kids became eligible for this program, new kids. And so the kids aren't eating the food. And so what you're having is you're having people that are usually on Michelle Obama's side that are saying these guidelines are just too stringent and unfortunately the children aren't eating the food. So we're going to have to find a compromise here.
So the kids are opting out.
The idea is great, but they're not eating, and the kids aren't eating the food and they desperately need it.
Did you eat your vegetables when you were a kid?
Only the ones I liked, and that's the problem with these kids.
So, so let's be clear.
You got hungry enough,
let's
you
be clear. Yes, because they're at school, Ben. Let's be clear. There's 3 things going on here. First of all, Republicans want to do anything they can to attack and undermine the Obama administration, especially on these issues. And by the way, Republicans are the primary recipients of the food and beverage industry lobbying money, which is incredibly opposed to these restrictions.
This is really
number
about
one.
Sally, we're not trying to bring sugary drinks back in.
Wait. There's 2 other issues here. The second is that schools, it's true, are having trouble paying for these things because Republicans keep cutting the budget for education in this country. A huge problem. And the third thing, again, as a parent, I still send my kid to school with healthy food, even if she's not going to eat it. Would my kid choose McDonald's every day, which, by the way, is an option in some public schools? No, but so our public schools should be able to be as responsible as parents.
Sally, you're a responsible parent, okay? But when you have 500 schools, hold on, when you have 500 schools that say the kids aren't eating the food, we're losing money because no one's buying the lunches. You have 1 million parents look at their kids and say, we're going to opt you out of the free lunch program because you're not eating it anyway.
So what are you suggesting then, Ben?
That is the public deciding.
I'm
saying that we have to be a little bit more realistic.
That's 5-year-olds deciding,
look, the sodium, hold on. Well, the parents are deciding for the kids because the parents are the ones that fill out the paperwork for the kid to be in the free lunch program, not a 5-year-old. You got to look at sodium, for example. Did we go too far to the extreme on sodium, and should we bring a little bit, not all of it back, not unlimited sodium? Should we maybe roll back some of the requirements on whole grain, not all of them? I'm in favor of the kids having healthier food. I think everyone is. This shouldn't be a partisan battle, but when you have a million kids opt out who need money, they're not blocking it. They're looking at reforming it. And Michelle Obama is saying, you touched my program and you want to make kids fat, which is maybe the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying, when I was a kid.
Nobody wants to make kids fat.
All right. When I was a kid, I probably would have opted out of school.
Right. I mean, exactly. But that's why we don't give the choice to the kids, right?
We don't give them the choice.
That's why we
if you get hungry enough, trust me, you will eat anything that is presented in front of you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. This will continue on. Still to come here on CNN, Brad Pitt attacked while